Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today I have a special segment. Thank you guys all for contributing to my mukbang. I guess this is my YouTube mukbang debut and hopefully I will do it justice. I thought it would be a funny idea if I wore a white shirt to see if I can make it through the mukbang without splattering all over it. So I have my I Love New York tee, and yeah, let us begin. I opened it up to Instagram for some questions, and I will be pulling that up right now. Okay, before I start, let me just make sure I give this a little mix. It's kind of congealed. I'm just trying to set everything up so that I'd be ready. I got some Diet Coke. And my cute Hawaii mug with the straw and ice. So let's see if I can get a nice start to this video. Welcome guys to my ASMR mukbang debut. How are you guys doing today? It's supposed to rain this afternoon. There's literally no shred of vegetable or meat in here. I just added an egg. So let's taste test this. I cooked it just right. All right, let me do my first slurp before we get into the questions. Oh, that is so good. Okay. Okay, I also worked out pretty hard this morning, so I have a good appetite. First question, how do you like to wind down? That is a great question. I actually feel like I am better with my morning routine than my night routine and my wind down hygiene. I would like to say it's better than what it is, but you know, I'm working on it. But currently, it is TikTok. I don't have a TikTok account, actually, if anyone is surprised. I just bum off Kevin's TikTok. Yep, we just watched of his TikTok account for about an hour every night in bed together. And currently what's on his feed, we're both trying to get better in our Mandarin. So there are random Mandarin clips. There's a lot, like majority cat videos. That's usually what we end on. We like to start and end on a cute cat video. And a lot of World Cup stuff lately. So that's typically, oh, we also get some of those like diver contents, you know, where it's like an animation and it's telling a really dangerous story of divers probably losing their life at the end of the story. We watch a lot of those. And yeah, just silly stuff. Okay, next question. What type of dating show would I design? That is a great question. So I've been into a lot of Korean dating shows. The first one is Better Late Than Single, which talks about a bunch of 20 to 30-year-olds that have never really dated or had a relationship in their entire lives. And they bring a bunch of them to meet and date. The other one that I've been enjoying is Love Lab. These are both on Netflix, by the way. I really like Love Lab because they're kind of like bite-sized versions of Singles Inferno. So like less contestants and just a variety of environments that they put these contestants in. So for example, the first storyline follows just one couple, and they put them in a hotel room and bed together. And the idea is to see if they can fall in love or, you know, become a couple after the show, after 3 nights staying at this hotel together and sleeping in one bed. So I really like this show because I think it's super creative. Like, it kind of, there's some thought behind it. Like, there's so many dating shows now. It's like, what can we do to keep things interesting and fun? Okay, so those are my favorites lately. And the dating show, I would get their full list of ideal characteristics, both personality-wise, stats, and physicality. And then I would cast that person of the opposite sex, one where the physicality checks off all, let's just say the contestant is a guy. The physicality checks off all his boxes. And then the other woman contestant is checks off all the personality boxes. And then the question would be, which one would they fall in love with? And I guess it would have to be like pretty drastic, like like the look would be, I guess, I mean, no, I wouldn't cast like a crazy ugly girl and ask her to come on the show versus like a crazy hot girl. I think I would just make sure the aesthetics and style is like super different. So like, let's say an alternate goth girl comes on with like 11 out of 10 personality and values that match his list versus, let's say, a surfer girl next door that is his type but has a totally different personality. Okay, I think I got there. That was hard. Okay, before I move on, I also like how in Love Lab they asked this one contestant her type and then casted her type and then asked her type what his type was and then casted his type because his type is not matching, like different. So I think I would do that in this setting too, so that there are more chances of love triangles and stuff going around, because I find that to be super interesting. And then, of course, I would put a board of commentators on there because that's my favorite thing to watch about them. Okay, next question. Who are your fave content creators right now? That is a super great question. I've been switching up what I've been watching lately. So let me pull up a list. I wrote down some notes. But before that, let me... Okay. Favorite content creators. Currently, I've been watching Girl with the Dog. She's basically just a groomer from Canada, and she grooms all types of dogs and cats, and she recently started a rescue. So she just grooms the craziest animals, and it's so cute. I think I watch it for the ASMR, and I just like putting it in the background, but I've been watching that to, I guess, rot recently. On the workout and health, I guess, category, I discovered Lean Beef Patty. She's a super buff woman who got really big, I think, over COVID because she was working out. Insane physique. I just like how she talks, and it's pretty calming, and I like to, I don't know why, but it's nice to go with her to the gym and see her work out and lift super duper heavy. Like, it's definitely inspiring. I know I'm not aspiring to be a bodybuilder, or I'm not trying to get big. But I like watching her. Kelty, I forgot her last name, but she's, I guess also, does she live in Canada? No. She lives somewhere, not in the States. But Kelty, has like super straight long blonde hair, and she does a lot of challenges, especially like 30-day challenge, like what happens when I am on creatine for 30 days, or I tried Pilates for 30 days, these are the results, or calisthenics, or like all about health and wellness, like healthy tips. She's into running. She tried out High Rocks, all that stuff. So I like to go on a quick dive with her into whatever category or fitness trend she's looking into. So I like her. I've been doing more like mat Pilates exercises at home, just on off days or rest, like more rest days where I don't go to Orange Theory or I don't have an activity. I've been on Pilates Body Raven. If you remember, or if you've watched the season of previous Love is Blind, that is the Raven I'm talking about. She, I think, has always been a Pilates instructor. But obviously her channel really blew up after she was on Love is Blind. And I think she's just a super fun personality to work out with in your room. Okay, makeup and fashion. I'm watching Edward Avila. He is a Filipino guy, gay guy, living in Korea. And he's always been on K-beauty and K-pop. And he does a lot of, the color tests? What is it called? Color match? No. Season? Color? Can someone tell me? I think all the carbs are blocking my ability to talk. Anyway, he's so funny. He's so funny. I watch him for pure entertainment. And he always does like K-pop makeup looks, which are super cute. I don't know. If you guys have watched like the OGs on YouTube, I don't know if you'll recognize her, but she rebranded recently. She was Fashion Filth back in the day, but she rebranded to her name, which is Lexi Ann. I still love her. I've always loved her. But I watch her stuff more now because she's like very well off. So she's always buying designer. And because I actually don't really enjoy buying or wearing designer. I don't think I own much designer. But I guess you could say it's like living vicariously through her. So, and her love of designer is, you get excited, watching her, even though it's really not my thing. But I like to see all the styles and whether it's new or vintage that she brings up. And she has insane collections. It's crazy. Okay, I know I'm spending a lot of time on this question, but I watch so much YouTube, so sorry, I'm just gonna keep answering. In the same category, last one is Karen Britchick. She lives in New York, and she's a woman who does like, what are people in New York wearing? And those were the videos that I think made her popular to begin with. And I have a stack of napkins because they're getting all orange. Yeah, so she's been branching out and doing more types of videos about fashion, trends, classic timeless pieces. It's just a lot about also vintage. I really like her style, so I've been watching her. And then lastly, I don't know how to categorize her, but she blew up making the video, I smoked every Chinese cigarette so you don't have to. She's super funny. I originally wasn't sure how I felt about her, to be honest, but I like watching her videos now. Like, it's super entertaining. She has like the personality to be on YouTube, Like, super high energy, like very talkative, lots of story times, not the most PC, which these days is, I really feel like they're coming back. And yeah, just like more authentic, because I know a lot of you know how I've vented and ranted about YouTubers essentially just selling out. And I get it, like, everyone has to get their bag, but selling out to the point where you just don't come across as a person anymore. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But I feel like you're more of a mouthpiece for companies and marketing. I just feel like I'm always being sold things in some of these YouTubers' videos. So okay. I think I gotta move on. It's taking too much time. Okay, I'm moving on. That was way too long. Okay, next question. How much can Kevin eat in one sitting? Kevin can eat a lot. He is... Kevin can eat a lot. I don't really know how to measure it. Let's say we're trying to get to his max in one sitting. He has not eaten all day. And I'm going to measure it in McDonald's, because I think that's kind of pretty universal. Okay, I think you could eat 2 Big Macs, a 10-piece nugget, a Coke, a McFlurry, and a snack wrap, and a large fry. I think you could do that. Okay. Next question, travel tips and favorite moments. That's a great question. Okay, I actually have a video that I did a couple years back about travel tips, which I actually think are still true to this day, so I'll link that for you guys. My favorite travel moments lately? Gotta be the last 2 vlogs I uploaded. Like, it's gotta be Iceland. That was a perfect choose your adventure weekender trip. Where girls trip, just follow the vibes. No expectations. It's beautiful. And then Tokyo and Shanghai was super fun this time around with Kevin. I honestly think because, okay, so when Kevin and I travel, Kevin loves to explore. He like makes a point to explore the nightlife of a city. And it hasn't really been my priority or favorite thing to do in past trips. But I personally think I tried really hard this trip to honor those activities and put in more effort. For example, just like being more hype about it, hyping myself up and getting, like staying up longer, trying not to be like, oh, I'm tired, let's just go back. And I think this time it really paid off. It was super fun. Went to a few clubs in Tokyo. Yeah, just really cool scene, fun environment. And Shanghai, I already raved about it. The service in Shanghai Club spectacular. I feel like everyone should go check it out. Truly, it was so good. Okay. Next question. Oh, it's getting spicy. Okay. Can you walk us through your favorite art supplies at the moment? I love this question. Yes, I can. I've already prepared. My classic go-to when I feel the creative juices, but I'm not really sure what I want to do, or like I don't have a vision of what I want to draw. I love oil pastels. I love oil pastels because it feels obviously like you're painting with oil paints because it's so rich and thick. But at the end of the day, you're just drawing. You're just like, it's like good for, yeah, it's good for anything. You just go crazy. My next one, got this beautiful leather journal for my birthday, and I have designated it as my travel journal. And I've been trying to, or, sometimes you forget. You can just use a pencil or a pen, right? So I like to do little sketches in pen. And I only have 2 so far, but you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be so serious. That's what I'm trying to remind myself, and like not be precious about journals and being afraid to actually fill up the pages. I'm pretty proud of this production or this piece that I created, and I didn't have much reference. Like, I just ideated it randomly because I don't know, I was just a little tired of painting and I had extra paper lying around. And now Kevin's sister saw it and really loves it. And so I'm going to make her one. And I'm like really excited about the colors and the colorway and what kind of flowers and what arrangement I want to pick out for her. So it's like one of my faves. That's leading me to say double-sided tape. I hate glue. And, you know, most double-sided tapes are kind of hard to work with, like cutting and stuff, but this is just like 3M double-sided tape. But I've been using it like crazy, and there's still a shit ton of it left, so that's why I made my list. As you can see, the ramen is kind of gone. I just have all the tteokbokki left. Also, I have a Malona bar in the freezer. I'm gonna get that out once I'm like nearing the end of this list. Next question. Things that are worth the money and things that aren't. Great question. This all comes down to preferences. And I feel like it applies loosely to really anything. Like, for example, if I prefer to spend most of my money on travel, then you kind of know that I would value a good hotel or a good travel experience and would spend more money on it. So, so to be a bit more specific, in my last vlog, you know how I bought those tankinis from Sea Molly? They came pretty fast, like a week. They fit great. And I've been wearing one of the tankini tops, like, as a regular going out top. And it's perfect. It's like kind of low cut, and it's padded, and it's like a bit cropped. So I've been liking wearing that because also it's a swimsuit, so that I feel a bit better like sweating in it. I think they're worth the money. I spent what, 120 bucks on 2 sets. Okay, things that aren't. While we're on the topic of swimwear, I don't really learn my lesson, so maybe putting this out there will help me learn my lesson. You don't have to spend like $200 on a swim set. Like all the trendy, expensive brands, not worth. I feel like they're for rich people who like get work done on their bodies, you know? I was just like, they never really fit me. I'm like, okay, if I had a perfectly hourglass shaped D cup and a bubble butt, then, and like a
itty bitty tiny waist, then I guess, and like no fat, I guess it would look good. Okay. I gotta move on, but I mean, there's a lot that I think are worth money and things that aren't. Oh. Okay, best relationship tips. I like this one. But again, every couple is different. Every person is different. Every dynamic is different. So who am I to say? But I did think about this in advance. And I'll just give one that I feel like is a solid relationship tip.
Hi vlog, editing Georgie here. Just to paraphrase what I was trying to say, I think it's beneficial for the couple and for both of you if you are able to just let yourself feel the emotion that you are truly feeling instead of slapping a label and saying, I'm upset, right? Because for me, used to, if I go into the, oh, I'm so upset mode, then it triggers a lot of personal reactions that cause myself to shut down because I'm not letting myself truly feel the emotion because I just want to problem solve it. I want to get over it, right? Letting myself truly feel the emotion, I am then able to kind of let it go, like release it. It helps me not harbor emotions or like stuff them down inside me. And it helps in the long run. So I have less blowups of built up emotions that I've never actually pinpointed or worked through. And then I end up blowing up, right, from an argument that it starts to get muddy and I start to get confused on what I'm feeling and what has been triggering this because I'm like sifting through, let's say, the past 3 months of things that I've shoved down. So that is what I mean about my tip. Like, it's much better to let yourself feel first. Second, try to name the emotion that you're feeling. And then third, try to just have some courage. I know it's embarrassing and it takes swallowing a lot of pride to do that, and then also to verbalize it to your partner, because I'm smiling and laughing because it's just really hard. It's difficult for me, and I hate every time I have to do it, but I know I have to do it because if I am able to verbalize or articulate some part of it, then Kevin gets it, right? Then he's like, oh, he no longer assumes what I'm feeling, and he no longer projects what I'm feeling. It is what I'm feeling because I'm telling him in a clearer manner. He's more likely to be like, okay, I get it, and then empathize. And that is actually the reaction that I want from him. So yeah, I think I explained it way better this time around because, yeah, anyway, okay, back to the video, bye.
Okay. Oh, almost there. By the way, I think next time I'll make more. I kind of wanted, it's just what I had in the freezer, but if I had my way, I wanted more like variety, like meat and veggies. Yeah, and then I also saw in my fridge like a whole bottle of soju, so I thought maybe it'd be funny if I did this while drinking with you guys, but I got pretty drunk over the weekend and I'm not ready to do it again, so maybe next time. Okay guys, we're at the last question. I'm hoping this vlog doesn't come out too long. Or it does, whatever. Okay, last question is favorite movies and TV. In Recent memory. I watched Hamnet. I know I'm late. I watched it on the plane. Cried my eyes out. It was so good. I don't know why I was judging it. I thought I wouldn't like it. But it was fantastic. That's all I say. I did really like Obsession. I'm going to watch Backrooms this week, so be another scary movie. We'll see how it compares. But no, I thought Obsession was awesome. Creepy, funny. My TV. I already talked about it. I talked about the K-dating shows, Love Lab and Better Late Than Single. Anime-wise, we're so bad. We've been going super slowly, but we're still trying to finish up the new season of Free Run. But I did watch 2 other animation series that I thought were really good. First one is Sci-Fi. Pantheon. It's on Netflix. I don't think Netflix did a good job of marketing this one. But it's about uploading like human intelligence, human brains onto the cloud. It's like that type of sci-fi. It's very smart. It's very bleak, but realistic. And I guess they didn't want to keep it going, so I think there's only 2 seasons of it. But they do wrap it up nicely in the end, I think. So if you're into sci-fi, I really recommend that one. Wow, last tteokbokki. The other one is a comedy, or it's like so inappropriate, like so not PC. It's, if you guys have ever watched Archer, it's like the Archer series, but basically it's just following a captain. So the title is Captain Fall, and it's just about this guy Jonathan Fall who becomes a captain of a cruise ship, and yeah. I don't know if you guys will take my recommendations, but it's so hilarious. I was really sad too because they canceled it after a season. I need more of it though. It's so funny. The last one I will say, Kevin and I have been, like I said, trying to work on a Mandarin. So we've been watching this Chinese series set in like ancient dynasty times. But it's super funny. It's called Pursuit of Jade. And I think it's pretty popular these days. It's kind of, I like it more than I had anticipated. And it's more of like a funny, feel-good show right now. We're not too far into it. But every episode there's like some type of conflict. But there's resolution, and the 2 main characters are obviously love interests. Kevin and I are like get very giddy over it. That is what I've been watching lately. And today's Tuesday, so I'm going to, after cleaning up and resting my stomach, I'm going to keep watching Love Lab and Better late than single. Okay, I'm back with my Malona, and holy shit, guys, I forgot I made something in the oven. I also got these sweet potato breads from H Mart. Don't worry, I had turned the oven off and everything, but I was keeping them in there so that it would cool off, and I just like totally forgot about them. Ah, I'm so silly. It's hot still. Hold on. Hold on. I can't really taste it because I just ate all of this. I like the texture though. I think I will like it. Let me leave it until it cools down a bit. Let me eat my Malona. Yeah, let me cool down my tongue and then I will eat it. Okay, well, that was very exciting. Thank you for coming to my first mukbang. I think it was a success. Thank you for all the wonderful questions and topics. I think I want to do this again. I think I've got a good setup here. And yeah, next time maybe we can have some alkies involved. That'd be funny. Maybe like a truth or drink situation. Yeah. I think I'm going into food coma though. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys once again for chilling with me. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Hope you guys stay dry. There's supposed to be some flash flooding again in New York. Let me know if you want to see anything else. All right, bye.